In this video, you're going to see a segment of our tour of Chankanaab Park. There will be 4 or 5 segments of these videos to show you the entire tour. We had a guided tour. We saw the sea lion show, beach areas, snorkeling, snuba, all of those things. So we're going to share that with you.
Going into Chankanaab. This is where you buy your tickets, check your reservation.
He's the guide, Manuel.
Okay.
If you need to help with the can go with you, they can explain about the park.
Okay.
You can help you with the video if you don't want to.
Pero estos son determinados.
Sí, ya tienes.
Ok. This way, amigos. You have the option for doing this in this side. Come on, by this way.
You want to make sure it's working, Ken?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay. It's got a blue blinking light.
Poquito y malo.
Como quieras, quieres llevarlo, llévalo. ¿Te dijeron? ¿Cómo? Cualquiera, como quieras. Por eso te dijeron, así que lo atiendas o no. Yo les llevo.
Okay.
Oye, amigo.
As you'll notice, this tour was, for the most part, fairly easy to navigate. Our tour guide did a great job. He shared a lot of the history of that area. Behind the waterfall there, you'll see there's a handicap restroom where the label is there over on the left. But our guide did a really nice job. We really enjoyed our day there. As I mentioned in the introduction, there'll be several videos in this series because we spent a full day in Chankanaab, went on the sandy beachy areas, went down by the water in a beach wheelchair. We did the sea lion show, the tequila tasting. There was just a ton of things. And if you haven't been to Chankanaab and you're going to Cozumel on a cruise, I would highly recommend it. It's a great value. And we found it well worth our time and energy. We really loved our day here. It's probably our favorite port stop on this cruise.
El nombre del parque, Chankanaab. Chankanaab quiere decir en lengua maya pequeño mar. ¿Es mejor en inglés o es mejor en español?
Es mejor en inglés.
Okay, this is the park Chankanaab. The name of this park means in Mayan language small sea, small ocean. It's referring to our beautiful lagoon we have going through the garden, amigos, okay? So let me help you to know these other different sites, little by little. We have an archaeological area, the garden, the lagoon. We have different places to visit in the park. I'm going to offer for you the tour to show you the different sites. We have also, for the people who are coming here in the Chankanaab Park, you have also included in your payment the sea lion show. Sea lion show is going to be today 12:30, and this is included in the payment for everybody. If you want to be back there in that side, you can enjoy and you can film or take videos there in that side. Okay. So we have also the tequila place. In the tequila, they offer for you the tasting tequila there with them in that side, and they offer for you samples of tequila. The samples of tequila are in this case with, for example, coffee with cream, with orange, with syrup, with different flavors, and the 3 traditionals, the reposado, añejo, and the white or silver that you say, and you can enjoy this in that area. And it's free for the people. It's promotional, you know, when the people want to have this kind of special bottle of tequila, you can buy any of these if you want in that side, okay? So here is in this side, the archaeological side. In a very brief time, you can get a quick but a good summary about our different cultures in our country. This is in this area, the archaeological site, a place where in a very brief time you can get a quick but a good summary about our history. Mayas, Olmecs, Aztecs were the most important cultures in our country. it is the idea to offer for you a quick summary about our history of the most important cultures in Mexico. It is the Maya False Arch. False Arch, because if we take out the keystone, the line of rocks that are in the middle, the old arch could be collapsed, could be fall down.
Okay.
Only in this Mayan area you can find this arch. Just the Mayan civilization built these and were like main entrances in different archaeological sites, but of this Mayan area. You are visiting now the Mayan area, the Mayan territory, okay?
Okay.
So are 5 Mexican states in this south area of Mexico. Quintana Roo, our state where we are now. Yucatan, Campeche, Chiapas, and Tabasco. But Mayas also live in Guatemala, Belize, El Salvador, and Honduras. These other countries in Central America were also inhabited by these ancient Mayas.
Okay.
The Mayas are recognized the most developed civilization, not only in Mexico, in all our American continent. They were really very good in architecture, astronomy, mathematics, calendar. They invented their own concept of the number 0 a long time ago. According to this and other different studios, we can understand they were the most developed civilization. But let's go by this way, amigos. Follow me by this side. Here by this way, we are going to find also the plants, the trees. I'm going to tell you about these in this area. Little by little, you can know about these different things we have in the park, amigos. It is in this area the angel's wings flower. Angel's wings flower is the same family of the bird of paradise. Angel's wings flower, this is the same family of the bird of paradise, okay? So this is a really very famous flower. That's the Chelonias family. Chelonias, the family of this flower, are in this case, for example, the bird of paradise, this one, and others that are similar of this in this place.
Okay.
Come on by this way, amigos. Follow me by this way now. And there is the famous Chacmo. Chacmo, he was a representation of a messenger or intermediary between the life of the man and the gods. The recipient, how he has in his stomach, was to deposit their offerings for their gods. The offerings were sometimes little dolls, my favorite gum, drinks, food, vessels, but in other cases, human hearts. But remember, they had the human sacrifice.
Yeah.
This one was taken from Chichen Itza. Chichen Itza is recognized today one of the new 7 wonders of the world, the most visited archaeological site of this area where we are now. Chichen Itza. Please don't say Chichen Itza. Okay?
Oh, no.
Have you ever been to Chichen Itza?
No.
Chichen Itza, this is one of the new 7 wonders of the world. I'm going to explain you something that is really very, very famous there. If you want to go there on March 21st and September 22nd, you can enjoy a little, very, very famous thing that is happening every 6 months. Every March 21st or September 22nd. At the beginning of the spring and at the beginning of the fall.
Yeah.
The equinoxes.
Yeah.
Equinoxes.
Oh, equinox. Oh,
So, if you want to go there, there is a temple that we call the Castle of Chichen Itza. It has about 90 feet high. It's a pyramidal construction. But in one of these sides, you can find how it's appearing a shade with the rays of the sun coming down, the combination forming the body of a snake,
Oh, wow.
getting down little by little. When it's the combination with the head of a snake, statue of rock that is only one side of the foot of the temple, looks like a complete snake.
Wow.
This illusion, this phenomenon is happening twice in a year.
Oh, wow.
Every March 21st or September 22nd. The beginning of the spring and the beginning of the fall, amigos.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that we can say today Chichen Itza is recognized one of the new 7 wonders of the world.
Yeah, amazing.
There is a big well that we call cenote, you know,
Yeah.
and where in this case the archaeologists began to make studios there around 1905, 1906. They found a lot of skeletons and was like the beginning to know the ancient Mayas also did the human sacrifice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay? Because before we believed that was in this case were nice people and they didn't have the human sacrifice like the Aztecs in Mexico.
Yeah.
Aztecs are the most warlike people, the most violent culture, and we consider Mayas were friendly and they didn't have that. But later we began to make studios. It was one of the reasons to know and to support the idea that they had also, because we have found the skeletons and with the problems in the bones, in the neck, or in this other side where they cut for taking the human heart.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah.
human sacrifice was really very important because they believed long time ago, according to this kind of human heart, according to the blood, in this case when they were offering for their god was for asking something, for example the rain god for asking the rain. So they believed they were feeding the gods, or in this case giving them, the humans, the water for the agriculture. Agriculture was the most important activity for them. The corn, beans, cocoa beans, tomatoes, chiles were really very important for them. So what's related with these kind of different things in this side.
Yeah.
But let's go by this way. Follow me by this side. I'm going to tell you more about this in this area. Come on by this way, please. In this other side, we have also traveler tree, the same family of bananas, but they don't give us the fruit. However, with the leaf of this, we can also wrap the famous tamales. You know, the tamales.
Oh, yes, we make tamales.
We can wrap the tamales with
Oh,
the leaf of
yeah.
this one too. And we call traveler tree because if we cut the branch there in that side, is the, according to the rainy season, is with water. And in this case, if you are lost in the forest in this area, in this case you can cut this and you can drink the water from there.
Huh.
So in this case, that's really very, very famous in this area. Traveler tree. The name of this one. And look at this one here in this place. It is the representation of the jaguar. The animal jaguars, eagles, or snakes were really very worshipped in our different cultures. When they went to the water for fighting, sometimes they wore the typical dress in the shape of this kind of animal. It was to show the power for their own people against the enemies. In the case of the jaguar, was the biggest feline in our American continent. Maybe was the most important reason they do this, like symbol of power for them. So remember, eagles, jaguars, or snakes were really very worshipped in our different cultures. Okay? Before to continue the tour, remember, I am Manny, the guide of the park. Your name is?
Sure.
Sure.
And Ken,
And Ken. And you are from?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay, amigo. Come
Yeah,
on,
we have lots of snakes where we are.
Snakes? You like snakes or you don't like it?
We like them nice
You
and
like
nice.
snakes?
They
Okay.
taste nice.
Okay, this is showing here this representation of the human sacrifice, like I told you. This is showing here a Mayan warrior, and he's taking the head of a victim here in this side. And it's in this case in the human sacrifice.
Yeah.
It was one of these kind of statue among the many of that we have found. And in this case, we know through this, according to the history, how they were making the human sacrifice.
Yeah.
But little by little, I'm going to show you the most important statues. Come on, this way in this side, please. And it is mouse ear, the name of this plant. They don't grow up more according to the shape, according to the size. We call this one, in this case, mouse ear, okay? Come on this way.
You want me to hold that one, Tom?
You can hold it.
So, we have the famous bamboo. Look at the famous bamboo here.
Yes.
Bamboo was brought long time ago in our American continent.
Yep.
Maybe from Asia or Africa. The tree that was brought long time ago in our American continent.
Yeah.
But come on this way. It is the famous pandanus. Pandanus are with the elevated roots. While they are growing up, are also growing up these kind of roots trying to find more water. Pandanus, the name of them. They are the same family of mangroves. So in this case, amigos, they are the famous pandanus. You know the mangroves?
Yes.
Yeah.
The mangroves, we have a lot of these in this area. They are like protections
Yes.
when we have hurricanes, for example,
Yeah.
or are giving a lot of vitamins for the marine life, you
Yeah.
know. So it's giving a lot. Mangroves. That's the same family of them, pandanus, with an elevated root. And look at this one. It is in this side where we have also the representation for the rain god in the belief of the Mayas. Our ancient cultures in Mexico, they had many gods. Rain gods, sun gods, star gods, moon goddess. They had many gods. This one is the representation for the rain god. We must say the name of this one, Chak, with double A to say rain. Because if we say just Chak with one A, in Mayan language it will be red, the red color. Don't forget we have many people in this area who we can speak today Mayan language.
Oh.
In this island of Cozumel, we are around approximately 100,000 people. the
Wow.
population. But we are around 80% of this population approximately. We are descendants of the Mayas.
Okay.
I am descendant of the Maya. My mother, she's shorter than me with dark skin, short stature. She can speak very fine Mayan language. And I am descendant of the Maya, and I am proud to be descendant of the Maya. However, my father, he's taller than me with other physical traits, more like the Spanish. Most of Mexican people, we are a mix with these both roots. The ancient cultures who were in Mexico, we today the mix of the Spaniards. We call these people now mestizos. We are mestizos, a mix of these both roots.
Yes.
Remember, 1492 was when Christopher Columbus came in America. So,
Yeah.
I am descendant of the Maya. I can speak Maya for my mother. I can speak Spanish for my father. And I can speak a little English for you. Okay, amigos, let's go by this way in
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah, we're the American melting pot. That's what we are. We're all mixed together. We call it a melting pot.
Okay, good. Very good.
For example, my heritage is Dutch, German, Scotch, Irish, and
Ooh.
American Indian.
I do speak other languages.
No.
Nope.
No, just English.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I speak a little English, a very small bit of Japanese, and some very bad Spanish.
Ooh, Maloquín. To tell you good morning, buenos días in Spanish.
Yes.
Bisha Belbelae. How are you today? ¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo
in
estás?
Spanish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pushkabin. Where do you go? ¿Dónde vas in Spanish?
¿Dónde vas? Yeah.
Bishacaba. What's your name? ¿Cómo te llamas? in
¿Cómo se
Spanish?
llama?
I'm going to give you the phrases in Spanish to hear the difference between
Yeah.
Maya and Spanish. It's totally different, amigos.
What is this?
Let me tell you about this. We have one of the temple built with rocks there, and other one that is built with sticks of wood and palm. My question for you is, which one you believe is the oldest, the beginning of the architecture? Which one you believe is?
Probably the wood.
What you say? Are you agree?
No, because it depends. I mean, that would be faster to do right away, but it wouldn't last that long.
In
No.
fact, the next question to know about this could be, which one is the easiest to build?
The bamboo.
Yeah, that's no bamboo, that's the wood.
Or wood, yeah.
Built with wood, with palms. And you are right, this kind of architecture was the beginning of all of this. In fact, was the necessity to live in some area. And these weren't for living in, however, were really very important because were for making ceremonies, activities, religious activities, you know, but they don't really live inside of this built with the rocks. They were living normally with these sticks of wood and palm. So was the beginning of this. After that was the architecture in stones, but was most beautiful, and these places were more religious for them, okay?
Yeah.
But come on by this way. Follow me by this side, please. Here in this area, I'm going to show you this kind of Mayan house and some of these kind of instruments in this side. Come on by this way, amigos. Go ahead, amigos.
Oh.
Here are some of these kind of instruments. The music, the song, the dance were really very important activities for them, for making their ceremony. Or what about this other one over here? These were some of these kind of instruments they had long time ago, amigos. It is built with the leather of the animal on this side.
Okay.
So these were some of these kind of instruments. The music, the song, the dance were really very important activities for them. For making their ceremonies, their traditional events, but more for the communication. It is rain sticks. Rain sticks out of bamboo. They cross with wood, little sticks of wood, and then they put inside little seashells to produce this sound. Or when they didn't have the seashells, they put in seeds, sometimes beans, corn to produce this sound. Rain sticks were used for the amusement at the beginning of the ceremony, or for asking the rain. It's like they have this kind of special instrument. However, amigos, we have this altar to offer for you an idea about this kind of altar. how they were making these kind of special ceremonies. But the most important to show you in this altar is Itza. Itza, she was the fertility goddess or the moon goddess. Our ancient Mayas came from very far places by canoes in this island of Cozumel. Most of the time, especially for bringing offerings to this goddess here. Itza, I-X-C-H-E-L, she was the fertility goddess or the moon goddess. So through the history, we know was a really very important goddess in this island of Cozumel. Today, well, with the exception of the coronavirus that were these 2 last years, in every month of, well, the May, we are making a special activity that we call Travesía Maya. You know what is Xcaret? Xcaret is a park from Playa del Carmen, about 10 minutes from there, very, very famous, like Chankanaab in Cozumel Island. So we are making the invitation for the people, volunteers, people, that they are dressed like Mayas, painted like Mayas, the face, and they are coming from that side, leaving from there around 5 a.m. and arriving here around 3, 4 o'clock by canoes.
Oh, wow.
They are coming by canoes. Each of these canoes, amigos, they are very long, around for 10 people each one. The last one were 38 canoes.
Wow.
380 people. You can get the idea how they are coming. Live by rowing and rowing. So, was really, really very beautiful to watch this. Why we are doing this? To remember how was in the past the ancient Mayas came from very far places by canoes for making this kind of a special activity. You can find this very, very easy by internet. You can write Travesía Maya Cozumel and you can watch this in that area. It's really very, very nice in that side, amigos. And in this case, every month of May, we don't have a special and a specific day for doing this, just because was down the tourism in this area was, according to this, the tourism in that epoch, 14 or 15 years, every year we were making this, till came coronavirus and we didn't make this in this time. However, we made this year, in this case one that was leading from Chankanaab Park to Punta Sur, just short the way by these areas, to remember how was this. And like we don't have a lot of people for doing this, is forbidden, we did this, like in this case, for making something similar. However, in this case, the best is to come from that area. It's about 9 miles approximately for rowing to come here in this 18 kilometers where you are. Or 9 or 10 miles, right? Approximately. Okay, amigos, so these are some of these kind of things to show you here. And let me show you the Mayan Kitchen here in this side, please. Come over this way. Here is in this other side where we have the Mayan Kitchen. Oh, sorry, could you?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Could you? Okay, so here is the Mayan Kitchen. Here in the Mayan Kitchen, normally we have a lady here. She's making the traditional tortillas when she is here with us. And is making the tortillas with the fire, with the corn, with a special Mayan sauce with tomatoes, the pumpkin seed granite and cilantros. She's making this kind of sauce and is inviting the people, the tortillas. However, the company is helping staff, people that they have problems. For example, the lady, she is over 60 years old and with problems of hypertensive, diabetic, and in this case is helping them, or in this case don't come here in the job, and we are just waiting for having this, but is supporting the enterprise for this kind of special stuff, amigos. You know, you understand these things, right? So, but the lady, she's going to come, is getting back. We have the vaccine, many people, but in this case, little by little is having the people who this side, okay?
Fine.
And here is for making the Mayans House molcajete. Molcajete is really very, very famous in this area for making the Mayans House. This is prensadora for having this kind of flat tortilla. molinillo for making the chocolate, okay?
Oh, okay.
Or what about this other corn with a little water? And we are, in this case, making the traditional tortillas with this. It's like we have this kind of things for you in this side. She's making the fire, and is making the tortillas. She's sit down there, and is making the tortillas in this side, amigos.
Wow.
This is for conserving warm the tortilla. So it's tarmic. It's like a fruit. We call this in Mayan language lek. It's like a squash, something like this. And in this case, it's
Gourd,
for
yeah.
making this, like a gourd.
Yeah.
Any question?
No, it's
No.
very cool.
Come on, but this way, amigo.
I hope you enjoyed this video. There are more videos in this playlist. You'll see a link up here. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, hit subscribe. Also hit the like button so that YouTube knows there's good content. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks.